So we don't want to get too many conflicting thoughts. We just want to make this, as smooth as possible. And let's take a look from the one that's here. And this is always a work in progress, right? We're always trying to get the positions that you start at in line with the swinging motion, so that you could get coordinated a little bit. That you got to sync the motions up. And see how that second part goes straight up in the air? That's what we're trying to avoid. Like, you see how this is on a certain angle? It's already going up a little bit, steeper than that first line, but then it sort of goes straight up. And that's the part in the second part of the lesson that we took out and made it more on the one, what we would call one plane. Okay, so let's do it like this, and you can see it more clearly. And you can see how when it goes up, it changes color. So we start on the green down there, and then we end up on the blue there, and it's much more vertical. So I was just trying to get the club into a better, what we call plane or incline angle for you, and now it goes up even more. So I just want to paint a picture for you where you can see how vertical that gets in the second part. And the hands are not back far enough. So let me get a good one here for you, so you can get a good look at this. Because when we had some change in the backswing, that's when you had a lot more success with the hitting consistently, because the backswing puts you in a position where you can get down to the ball a little bit more. I have a model here that's pretty good, I think. Hold on. So what I like is that what you see in this picture is the distance from her hands to, say, the bill of her cap here, or visor, and that's a good ways behind her. Another way to look at it would be this: the hands, when they're at the top, they're over the back side or the right hip here, and your habit of lifting the club up gets the hands too far in here. So we're just trying to get the hands a little further behind you. And then the second, that was the roll part in the backswing. Roll it, roll it. If you feel the arms rolling a little bit, you'll get your hands a little further behind you, and the club won't be quite as vertical. That would be a big help for you. And the other part that we worked on in the lesson was not throwing the club so far out. See, that's right on the heel of the club there. You see that contact? I'll bring it up a little closer for you and magnify it. So that's right on the heel of the club there. And we want to get this gap closed in here so that we don't get too far out. You see, all good players, when they come down, their hands are nice and tight and they're coming down. So roll it back And then we're going to learn to follow through as we come down a little bit. So if we can keep that angle a little bit longer there, it would really be a big help. Where you feel a little pull down. See, with about the same height in the downswing as you are there. And then comes down. But look, there's a, right? So you want to feel like you're not throwing that club so much, but keeping it in nice and tight to you. So by the time your hands get to the, say, the right hip there you can see the difference. Here versus here. And the next frame is now unhinges. So when you unhinge the wrist, what that can force you to do is pull up out of the shot to try to not hit the ground behind it. Now the one area that you're having really good improvement in would be the extension of your arms, much better. So the ones that you do get down, you're doing a lot better with it. And that was a practice swing. Hopefully you'll do it on the real swing here. Yeah, not quite as well, but better than when you started for sure. So you get some extension here. Now we've got to get you following through a little bit. And then hinging the wrist a little bit more on the other side. Re-hinging the wrist, or cocking the wrist on the other side, right? So we're just going to try to make it narrower in there, like keep it in close to you. It feels like you want to hit the ball with the head of the club, and you will if you pull that handle down a little bit better. Try to think if we worked on something else there. So you're going to roll it back, snap it. Yeah, the drill with the feet together. That's what we did. Drill with together. You can make a turn, and then you snap the wrist. So if you snap your wrist nice and close, not way out here, but snap the wrist in here, and then let them rehinge over on this side, right? So you'll want it to feel like this. As soon as you get your wrist involved in the act, you'll get a lot more power in the shot, because that's like the snapping the whip, right? See how on the other side there's a rehinging of the wrist. So what you have is this look, and then at the ball, this look. So now she's at 180, right? And you go back a little bit further, and there's the hinge again. So it would really be in that the ball that you hit the best was the snapping of the wrist. And there's a wrist cock, snap, recock, right over there. So you don't want to kill it. This is a power outage if you don't snap. So it never really gets hinged again. So that would help a lot there. Do a lot of the drills with your feet together and snapping the wrist. You'll be surprised at how far you might actually hit the ball further that way, because it takes and then gradually we add a little bit of follow through to it, but it takes a wrist hinge to do it. There's that backswing that we don't like again. It's too. There's a downswing way outside there, way outside there. And the good drives that you hit were the ones where you just really let it. See, that's further back too. That's further behind your hands. Now snap the wrist. No practice swing. Just turn and really snap the wrist there. And swish the club head, swish the club head. Swish. With power. Swish. It's coming down on a better angle though. That's good. Keep the hands in tight now. Don't let them swing too far out. This has been a habit of yours from the beginning. I want to keep them in tight. So you snap the club head just like you're doing here. That's a really good one. And that's the ball that goes up nice and high, like the couple that you hit really strong today. That's that snap of the wrist that's going to be able to do that for you.